Today I would like to talk whether you should turn off the traction and mainly the stability control in your car if it does have it. Because I meet people which even on the racetrack won't turn it off because I don't know for what reason. And some are called idiots because they do turn it off, saying that it works just fine even when it's on. But before that, let's go on a quieter place. But before, let's hear that cool start, shall we? Beautiful here, but it's raining, so let's go inside. So here's the thing, let's forget about the cars which don't have the electronic stability control nor the traction control, and let's say that these two are the same thing, because in some cars you can turn the traction control off and have the stability control on. On the other cars you can only limit it in the sport mode and turn everything off in the everything off mode. And this car is that case. When you put it in the sport mode, the traction control is still on as well as the stability control. It only allows you to do a little more slip. But never mind. Let's just assume that it's the same thing. So I see many groups of people in this, and I see those who are not worried to turn it off, and I respect those. And I see group of people which are scared to turn it off because they may be just beginning with some sporty driving. And I can understand that's a good approach. But then I see guys who seem to be skilled, who are driving on the circuits, and for the whole life of the with the car they don't turn off the traction and the stability control, and I don't understand that. You see, I think that if you don't turn it off, car is still doing a part of the job which you are supposed to do. If we go to the past, let's say the Formula 1, there was no any electronic aids in the 80s, in the 70s, or I don't know, maybe not even in the 90s, and they had 1,000 horsepower propelling the real wheels. So what do you think? What was there to help them? Nothing, only just their skills. And that's what I think, that you won't have the full control of the car until you turn it off. And I don't think that you are going to experience the limit, the edge of the car, the last drop of the potential of the car until you turn it off. If there is anything on, the car is still helping you whenever something goes wrong, and yeah, that's fine, but you are not fully controlling the car. And there may be a case, and I experienced that, when the car or the electronic aids actually work against your movements, your action. And I mean when I don't know, the back end breaks traction and the angle of the rear end needs a proper counter steer, and you do the counter steer, and the stability control is going to do the same thing to avoid a collision, a slide. So you do the counter steer, and the stability of the car is going to do the same, and it may end up doing another counter steer because the stability control works against you. So if you are skilled enough, it may not really be beneficial for you. It is fine to have it on when you are beginning to, and when you are learning the basics of driving. And I made that mistake when I turned off the systems just about 3 weeks after I had a car, and I wasn't very skilled, and I ended up in a fence, colliding or crashing into a fence. because of my fault. I thought that I was only capable of driving, of drifting. So I took a lesson. My ego was like down. I don't know. I had no driving ego. I was starting from the beginning, and that helped me actually to respect the car, to go slowly on it. And then when you feel that these systems are actually slowing you down anyhow, just a little, you may consider to turn it off and keep increasing the speed, and at the end you may learn something. Everybody crashes. I mean, if there is a racing driver who did not crash, I think that he is very slow. If you think of any racing driver, he did certainly crashed, and not once, not twice, maybe not just 3 times, a lot of times. And that's absolutely fine, that's absolutely natural in this business. And also, if everything is under control, if you have everything under control, you are not going fast enough. And I like this one. I know it may sound ridiculous and reckless and very dangerous, but that's true if you are willing to improve and be faster. And I want to be faster. I want to keep improving my skills and my knowledge and my lap times to be better. So that's why I am not really afraid to turn the systems off. It's important to learn how to react when an understeer or oversteer occurs. You need to know what you need to do, and turning off the stability control will help you with it. Well, it may take some time, and perhaps you will crash once or twice, but if you are not going to turn it off, you may not learn anything, or perhaps not everything you want. By this, I just want to encourage you to don't be afraid to experience the, let's say, the naked car. Just you and the car and nothing else between you. And this information I have from guys, from my friends, from other drivers I've experienced, I've talked with, and they help me by this information to improve myself, to get better. And I can feel the progress basically every time I go on my favorite twisty road or circuit. And just for the record, I turn it off more or less just when I am on my favorite and well-known twisty road or the circuit. And when I do, I try to be more aware or more safe driving. You need fast reactions when something happens, so that's one thing amongst others you need to learn. So now with the Megane, I am not really afraid to turn it off, because I have already gathered some experience from the past years with the Subaru BRZ, the car I really love, and I will never forget about it, because it learned me basically everything about the advanced driving techniques and skills. The drifting, reacting to a surprising angle of the back end when the drift, the slide is more surprising than you would expect. That's when you cannot brake, you just can't steer. Basically anything. I'm not really scared of any slide, of any understeer or oversteer. Yeah, naturally I am more afraid of understeer than oversteer, but I am not really scared of any of them occurring at a time whenever I drive fast, or I drive just commuting in the city or on the highway or whatever. And this not only helps you being faster when you want to be fast, but this also helps you to be a more safe driver eventually. So yeah, it may seem a little dumb and very irresponsible for other people, but yeah, you end up being a better driver in the daily driving, or in rain, in snow, in ice conditions than any other driver. And even if you are just 20 or 30 years old, and you may be a lot better driver than a guy with 30, 40, 50 years of driving experience and hundreds of thousands or million kilometers driven. And that's also one of my opinions, that you don't need to have decades of driving experience to be experienced driver, to be old, or to have a ridiculous amount of kilometers behind you. So as I said, I just want to encourage you with this video, with this topic, that it's absolutely fine, it's absolutely natural, and it will just help you and your skills. So I hope you find this this video very helpful for you, and best of luck improving your driving skills. I am improving myself every day, and I'm still not a good driver when it comes to performance driving, but I keep improving myself every day, and that's what I love. That's what I love the most. Getting better, getting faster, just like the racing driver. So I hope you liked it, and consider subscribing to this channel and like the video. Cheers.